This just in, breaking news, our top stories this week. DWF Labs invests $60 million with a strategic partnership with the EOS Network Foundation. And more breaking news, the moment we've all been waiting for. The EOS EVM is now live on the EOS mainnet. Welcome everyone to the Hot Sauce number 195, presented on Friday, April 14th. The Hot Sauce is the longest running news show in the EOS ecosystem and the only place where you can get all your weekly updates in less than 25 minutes. My name's Stefan, I'm one of the co-founders of EOS Nation. We're a top block producer on EOS, and I'm excited to be your host for this big show today. Yes, sir, we've got a huge show packed with some fantastic news to share with you. We got some live demos, and we're talking, of course, EOS EVM is live. Going to be demoing that for you guys live on the show. EVM Tokenomics, understanding the economics behind the EOS EVM. We're talking impressions from Hong Kong, and of course, the $60 million strategic investment announcement. We're giving you a reminder to use the EOS Name Service. We're talking Chintai and their quest to tokenize securities on the blockchain. We've got Eden election results, EOS Respect Election results, Haifa DAO announcement, Yield Plus March report, Leap 4.0 demos, and some Pomelo Astronaut Ordinal mission news. Wow, it's gonna be a big show. Let's get right into it. So the big news of the week, of course, major news for EOS after over a year of dedicated work by contributors across the ecosystem. The EOS EVM mainnet beta is finally live. So in case you didn't know, EOS EVM allows Solidity developers to take advantage of the high performance of EOS. EOS EVM is positioned to be the most performant and compatible EVM on the market. And the launch of the EOS EVM also introduces a new burn mechanism for the EOS network. So 100% of the profits from the ENF RPC node will be burned. We're going to learn more about that later on in the show when we do the deep dive into the EOS EVM tokenomics. Of course, the EOS EVM has been benchmarked 25 times faster than Avalanche, 3 times faster than Solana, and the fastest benchmark in the crypto industry. And of course, this news comes shortly after the EOS Network Ventures has announced investment of $20 million into GameFi and EVM projects on EOS, on top of the more recent $60 million strategic partnership with DWF Labs as well. It's been a huge week in EOS, and let's dive deeper into the EOS EVM. So here, if you go to eosnetwork.com/EOS-EVM, you can find all sorts of great information, everything you need to get started on the EOS EVM. We've got information about block times. We've got a link to the block explorer. How does it work? We've got some great graphics for those of you who are more technically oriented and really curious to look under the hood of the EOS EVM and see how all of it works. We've got more information there. There's a token bridge, link to the token bridge. There's a link to more information on the EOS EVM architecture. The trustless bridge we'll be trying out live on the show in just a minute, and all sorts of more information. So without further ado, let's go try out the EOS EVM. So I'm gonna start here from scratch, show you guys how easy it is to get to the EOS EVM. So first, what we need to do, we need to open up our MetaMask account and we need to create a new account. So very easy. We're gonna call it HotSauce EVM, create a new account. There we go. We've got our new Ethereum address. Currently, we're on the Ethereum mainnet. Later on in just a bit, we're gonna add the EOS mainnet to RPC node to MetaMask. But for now, we want to make a deposit, right? So we're going to copy our new Ethereum address, and we're going to make a transaction from our EOS account to our new EOS EVM account. So all you got to do here is make a transfer to the EOS.io, EOSIO.EVM account, and use your Ethereum public key as the memo. So you can do this here from, for example, blocks.io, where I use my EOS account to transfer over 10 EOS to my new EVM account. Here we go. Let's try it out. Let's see if everything works out smoothly while we are live on air. All right. On the EOS chain, boom, transaction happens, no problem. Let's go see on the new block explorer for the EOS EVM to see if our EOS has arrived. Oh, we do see there's a transaction, and there we go. 10 EOS already on my EOS EVM account. Amazing. That's how easy it is to use the trustless bridge to go from your EOS mainnet account to a newly created Ethereum address. All right, now let's withdraw our money back from the EOS EVM back to our main account. Here, there's a couple more steps required. So we need to connect our MetaMask wallet, but first we also need to add the EOS network to MetaMask. So you go here, add network, and then you can find out, here's the information that you need to add to your MetaMask network. I've got it already copy pasted. So I've got add a network manually. EOS EVM is what we're gonna name it. Here's the, oh, sorry, that's the wrong address. Let me just take a quick second here, copy it over. Boom, this is our RPC address that we need. Chain ID is 17777, currency symbol EOS. Let's go. Added network, added successfully. Switch to EVM. Here we go. So now we're on our new address, created a HotSauce EVM on the EOS EVM network. So now we go back to our trustless bridge and we connect our wallet. Let's connect MetaMask, our new, to this HotSauce account. Here we go. We're connected. Balance. We've got 10 EOS in there. Let's send 5 back to our main EOS account. Yes, I want to transfer. Yes, I want to approve. Let's see, how much gas fees are we paying? $0.00. Of course, tiny gas fees, 0.003 EOS gas fees. Confirm we want to send over that $6 over to our EOS account. And then we go back here to our EOS Block Explorer. Let's check out on my Steph account. Here we go. We see the transaction right away, sending my EOS back from EOS EVM to my EOS mainnet account. Thank you, EOS Network. Thank you, EOS EVM, for everything working smoothly while I'm live on air demoing this to you guys. So that's how easy it is to go back and forth between EOS EVM and EOS mainnet. Really, really awesome stuff. I gave it a try for the first time this morning, a couple hours before the show. The EOS EVM went live just, I don't know, less than 24 hours ago. And yeah, it's been really exciting. Let's dive deeper into this. So here we go. Here's a link to kind of some of the important information. And then you, of course, find out more links in that EOS EVM landing page that I showed earlier. So if we go here back to this block explorer for the EOS EVM, let's go check out how many tokens are there on the EOS EVM so far. There's a lot of them. I think we've got 50 new tokens, 52. There's an extra one that's been added in the last hour. So there's a bunch of tokens already. Clearly, a lot of people are out there on the EOS EVM deploying their apps, generating tokens, etc. Of course, be very careful when you're buying all these shitcoins. But you know, it's great to see a lot of action going on the EOS EVM. All right, EOS EVM Tokenomics deep dive. How does this work? How are the fees calculated? How is the EOS burn mechanism calculated? All of that good stuff you can find in this article. I'm gonna quickly go over some of the highlights for me. And actually, we're gonna go all the way to the bottom for the kind of recap of what the EOS EVM really brings to the game here. So of course, EOS has increased utility through the use of EOS as the EVM's native token. That means that the EOS token is used as your gas fee. The trustless bridge, which we just tried, allows EOS to be seamlessly transferred from EOS native to the EOS EVM, as we've seen earlier. The EOS EVM gas model, which is compatible with what all EVM users expect at the front end, but at the back end, reroutes the transactions transaction fees to EOS native in order to cover the underlying resources associated with that transaction, and then the upcoming burn mechanism that will burn all profits collected from the ENF's RPC endpoints. So if you want to learn more about the details, this is a great article. Again, more nice diagrams, lots more information, and basically, small point I want to mention, there is a bridge fee when you're going from the EOS native chain into the EOS EVM of 0.01 EOS. Very small, basically a penny or two, and that just allows enough fees to cover the resources required for that transaction. So that's why, if you notice, I sent over 10.01 EOS onto my new EOS EVM account in order to get a clean 10 EOS in there after the 0.01 fee was taken. All right. I mean, this is really cool stuff for the EOS EVM. I'm going to give another round of applause to all of the ENF engineers that worked hard to make this happen, and excited to see projects launching on there with all of the financial incentives that we mentioned, the 20 million GameFi fund that was announced a couple of weeks ago, and then this 60 million strategic partnership, which includes 50 million allocated to be invested in projects on EOS. Really exciting stuff. All right, on to some more very important news about the EOS EVM. It successfully passed this audit earlier this week, of course, before launching. And this was conducted by Sentinel.io, and we'll actually be having Charles from Sentinel join us on the far side next week, so April 20th or something, to talk about this audit and to talk about the AI tools that they've implemented to help other people audit their Antelope smart contracts. So very interesting stuff. Make sure you tune into the far side next week for that. All right, moving on to some other news. Of course, the big Web3 summit in Hong Kong is currently ongoing. Here we see the EOS Network Foundation tweeting that the founder and CEO of the ENF, Big Beard Samurai, aka Yves Larose, attended the Foresight 2023 Hong Kong Web3 Summit, where he spoke on the main stage about discovering the next frontier for permissionless blockchain. So you can see here the full recording. It is the full day, so over 8 hours, but here you can see the panel where Yves is on at about 6 hours and 26 minutes. All right, moving on to some more news from Hong Kong. A little hat tip and shout out to DeFi Box, also representing at the Web3 conference in Hong Kong. They were apparently recognized on the subway on the way there. So it's great to see a lot of the community from EOS being present out there. We had a couple more tweets from Yves talking about a great meeting about the potential of EOS integrating into the New World Developments suite of services, and in particular, the Hong Kong dollars and green storefront. So very interesting information here. And then he says he's off to meet Invest HK, which then is followed up by a tweet saying a great meeting with Invest HK, looking forward to working together, handshake emoji, millions of dollars in investment support and subsidies available for developers in Web3 in Hong Kong. Synergies between EOS and the EOS Network Ventures and the Hong Kong government are coming. Very exciting stuff. All right, and then of course, the big breaking news of the last 24 hours. DWF Labs has announced 60 million strategic partnership with the EOS Network Foundation. As per the agreement, DWF Labs will purchase $45 million of EOS tokens and deploy $50 million into EOS projects, with valued at 60 million plus. It's the largest investment of external capital EOS has ever received. All the fucking sound effects for that one. This is a historic milestone for EOS at 60 million plus, largest investment DWF Labs has ever made, and the largest influx of external capital to EOS has ever had. So to be clear, this partnership is entirely separate from the EOS Network EOS Network Ventures, the 100 million ecosystem fund. So DWF was just named as a top crypto investment firm by CoinDesk. Now the top crypto investment firm has chosen EOS for its largest investment ever. DWF Labs made it very clear how badly they want this deal because of their belief in EOS. Although we've been in talks with multiple firms, DWF stood out for their demonstrated conviction towards EOS. And so you got lots more information here. There's more information to be found here in this Cointelegraph article. And also Andrei Grachev, I think is the CEO of DWF Labs, also posted a tweet here that kind of explains more about what they do with the tokens that they receive. From what I understand here, they're mainly a market maker. And so they leverage their inventory of coins and stable coins for liquidity position. Liquid and deep markets are key of to earn exit for retail institutions and algo traders. So that gives you kind of a small idea of what these guys are all about, but I'm sure we'll learn more as time goes on about this strategic investment from DWF Labs. All right, moving on to EOS Name Service, a new segment here in the Hot Sauce where this is not necessarily news of the week, but these are services that are available in the ecosystem, and we will remind you guys of these services and how to utilize them. So EOS Name Service, if you want a cool name, you can definitely go here, type in your name cool name that you'd want in the search box, enter, and let's see what's available. HotSauce.com available for $1.5 EOS. HotSauce and HotSauce.af. And a bunch of other options. And if you have a shorter name, let's say HS, and then there's even more suffixes available as they're longer, 12 characters maximum name. And then you can easily just, click here, and then you can assign the public key you want for this new account, connect your wallet, you do the transaction, pay the price that's listed, and then you've got your new account with a very cool name. On the other side, if you own a suffix here, a premium account, and you want to add that premium account to be one of the options available on the EOS Name Service, you can also do that. You can do that directly by interacting with the smart contracts, or you can just reach out to us and we'll explain to you how that works. Basically, there's a percentage of this fee that goes to EOS Name Service, and then the larger percentage goes to the name owner. So that if you're curious about that, you can try out eosnameservice.io. All right, moving on to some more news. Chintai and its founder and its CEO, David Packham, were on the fireside this week, actually. And he stayed with us for an hour talking about the updates of Chintai, the clients they're working with, their upcoming launch, how they'll be hashing to the EOS network, and how they plan on helping huge clients as well as smaller ones deploy. Actually, a super interesting other topics as well, like central bank digital currencies, Ponzi-nomics. Quick spoiler, David hates those things. But overall, we had some good questions from the crowd, great answers from David, and overall just a really good discussion. So I recommend you guys check out last week's Fireside to listen to that. I had a bunch of people actually reach out to me after the Fireside saying it was one of their favorite Firesides in a long time. So that's always fun to see. And we hit some new all-time highs for attendance on the Fireside. So if you want to join the conversation, we had almost 100 dedicated EOS community members live chatting in Discord this week. So definitely come on down to the EOS community server and join that event live next week. Here we can see EOS Fireside Chat, Gunnison Cap, the nickname for David Packham here, chatting with us about Chintai on the Fireside. And you can see here all sorts of EOS community members attending the Fireside. Really, really a good time this week. Here, another tweet from Chintai showcasing one of the latest clients that they've signed. So they've signed a bunch of clients, but the official launch of the Chintai chain is not yet done, but it will be launching soon. And then that's when the securities for all these clients is going to go live at the same time. All right, moving on to some more topics. We got lots to cover this week. Eden election result. Last week we had an election on April 8th. We had about just under 60 people show up, and we had 15 official layer 1 delegates. Gonna give a quick shout out to everyone here: Lenny, Brian, Adam, Daniel, Dancing Joy, Jesse Jaffe, Marco Gonzalez, Chris Barnes, Dwayne Filippi, Gabriel Shaw, Mohamed, Chase, Leonard, Nicola, and Sebastian Congratulations for becoming layer 1 delegates. Hat tip to Patrick Nova Crypto. His room did reach consensus at the last minute, but unfortunately they were not able to actually reflect that on chain due to a small bug. So Patrick should have been elected layer 1, but wasn't due to a small bug. And then there was our chief delegates. Again, here there was a small issue in this group, but then we've got Mo and Lenny being our head chief delegates for this term. So congratulations to all of our elected delegates on Eden. Another fork of Eden called EOS Respect, managed by the EOS support team, also had an election this week, and they elected some new delegates that were able to donate money to some public goods on EOS that are audited and closely examined to make sure that they're bringing great value to the ecosystem. So congrats to Tron, Haza, Veronica, Nicola, and Marcus for being elected as EOS Respect delegates. You like these Eden elections, you're a fan of DAOs, we've got some great news for you. Haifa DAO is empowering Web3 innovators on EOS, and applications for the beta program has been open. So you can go here to this link and click on the Haifa DAO beta program launch link to apply to be one of the first DAOs to use the Haifa DAO platform once it goes live on EOS, which should be fairly soon. All right, rounding up the news this week, we've got the Node Operator Roundtable. So yes, we're talking a lot of EOS EVM. Yes, everything is very exciting that's going on there, but the EOS native chain, the Antelope protocol, is not being neglected. There's still lots of love being given to the Antelope protocol by the devs from the Antelope Coalition. And this week, we had a bunch of top minds in the Antelope developer ecosystem share with us some demos of what's coming with the Leap 4.0 upgrade. So we're talking ready-only transactions, snapshot scheduling API design specs, performance harness tests, auto peering for BP nodes, Prometheus exporter plugin, log splitting, faster block propagation, multi-thread support, subjective some CPU improvements. So if you want to really dive deep into the more technically heavy and interesting aspects of Antelope protocol, definitely take a look at this video. All right, and finally, final news of the week, our Pomelo astronauts are close to being on their way to the Ordinal Bitcoin planet. So the maximum time to register to send your astronauts for this adventure is going to be next week on 4/20, April 20th. And so send your astronauts before that time if you want them to be included on the first ever Bitcoin Ordinal mission. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the EOS community. And until next week, let's keep it spicy.